My God, the goddamn title again. Sorry, go ahead. I'm just sitting here.
Hello,
Judging you.
Black Mind Podcast, episode 110.
Jesus.
Yeah, holy crap, it took this long for me to get here.
Oh shit, who's this person?
We have a new friend, but an old friend. You may have heard of him in olden tales. It is he who stares at underage girls. It is the man, the myth, the legend, the
I'm
dumb
definitely
jacker,
not legendary.
Stefan.
Yo, how's it going?
What is up?
Or do we have two guests?
I will change my avatar just to spite you, by the way.
You should. Like you can't. Yeah, you can't even defend yourself.
No,
Like,
not
I
really.
make fun of Alan for being a furry, but he still has a furry avatar. I make fun of Stefan for being a lolicon. He still has a lolicon avatar.
Oh, wow. Just looked at that now.
Yeah,
Right?
welcome to
Right?
my life.
Oh, wow. This is why I've just got a clone trooper as mine.
Yeah, so that way
So
then we can
much
just say,
easier.
sir, yes, sir.
What did you say,
Hey.
Maggot?
Nothing.
You
this has
you
been a
have some
while
proud
coming.
Mandalorian heritage. That's admirable at the very least.
Yeah, this has been a while coming. We have another person joining us for this episode who has never been on the show before, who is Adrian's friend.
My name
your
is
name
Andrew.
is oh my gosh.
How many
Andrew,
Andrews
Stefan, and right now, in my life or in general?
More
No,
than
I
you
mean
think
in
and less
this,
than you
in this
hope.
podcast.
Oh,
Or in this entire
one.
group of Black Mind.
One.
Really? That's actually very
Yeah, there's
surprising.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then why did you make it sound like there was multiple?
Because in my life, there's like 8. There's Andrew,
That's
my
right.
boss.
But
They
Andrew,
don't,
my
they don't get to hear
coworker. Andrew.
about this chapter of your life, the dark
Yeah.
chapter.
Yeah,
the
the chapter
mistake.
that is currently my life.
The mistake that has apparently been going on for 110 episodes.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was a bit of a preamble. Welcome to the
110
Black Mind Game
episodes.
podcast. We can't stay on topic.
Yeah, Rory.
First topic.
How are you, Rory?
this is
I'm pretty good.
like what, a second version of Off Topic?
Yeah, pretty much.
That would imply that we were ever there was ever a topic to be on in the first place. You can't be off topic. You can't be off topic if you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we're just introducing
Exactly.
the show
Think
right
about
now.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're just doing a show and life's good.
I could make this more
So-
like Off Topic and go grab some beer, but
Oh, God.
Pretty sure my brother and his friends are drinking outside my room, so I can get crunk if I need to. But anyway, what's
have Diet
the
Pepsi.
first topic? What are we
I don't
starting
know.
with?
Should we talk about Threadripper and Vega?
I am
Sure. What Vega are we talking about?
Yeah, please, can you inform me on this?
Because
We're
you guys were
talking
about
about
this earlier, and I thought we were talking about Street Fighter, and I don't know what Stefan thought, but it probably wasn't very smart. So what are we talking about?
we're not talking about little girls and we're not talking about Street Fighter.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
We are talking about the graphics card Vega. We're talking about the two. There's like 18 variations of the stupid fucking card. There's Vega, there's RX Vega, and then there's Vega, the Street Fighter character. So we're talking about RX Vega, Street Fighter Vega. Because
Okay.
that's life right now. I don't know. Anyone have an idea of what it is going on right now?
like the
no, is there
braid.
some sort of situation?
I don't know.
Is it just a nice new graphics card?
It's just a new graphics card.
It's
Red Ripper's the really...
You came really prepared with these topics.
Vega's just a build off of their better series. That's all it really is. And they're not even releasing it as individual cards. You have to buy it in like a stupid, ridiculous bundle because they're trying to keep cryptocoin or digital currency people from buying all of them right off the bat.
Okay.
But it doesn't get released until the 14th, actually. So
Okay, I see here.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so they're trying to keep it. It's really good at doing cryptocurrency, and they're trying to keep it from going from that or doing that.
Yeah.
they're trying to keep people from buying a ridiculous amount of them just for mining cryptocurrency by selling them as a bundle set. So like the top ones you have to buy in a bundled set, and those would be the best ones for the cryptocurrency mining.
That's good. That's good. So that miners have their own special card that they can like look at and use, and then everyone else has their own special card that they can use. So that's good. Threadripper's the really big details because. Go ahead.
Anyone besides me been like super researching this stuff because they really want to see how this goes?
I've known how to install it, and I've learned a lot of very impressive things lately about it, like how the 64 PCI lanes is like more than enough for any human being who is sane.
That's
Then there's
very
us.
true.
That's insane master race folk. Who
Dude, I'm
probably will
running-
buy.
Like something
ahead.
ridiculously old.
Yes, we're going to be running 18 crossfired Vegas on our motherboards with 18 PCI lanes. Or 18 PCI slots because we're stupid like that.
Yeah, it's what the hell? Threadripper supports 1 terabyte of RAM. Jeez Louise.
It's also going to be interesting because we're running. It's also interesting because they've switched from LGA or from PGA to LGA, which means that the CPUs no longer have pins on them. And then they figured out a way in order to make the CPU actually easier to install than anything else. So that is good for me because I hate installing CPUs.
I swallowed your soul!
I was going to say, and they've got the two full different models. Well, one's the 12 core, one's the 16 core.
And then they did what Intel did, and they just released one with 8 cores because they're stupid. That's just their flagship.
Well, it's just a better version of the flagship, or a better multitasking version of the flagship.
Yeah, to me that kind of when they announced that one, I was like, oh okay. Like none of this matters to me because I'm just buying an 1800X as soon as they drop in price, and an ITX board. That seems reasonable. So, yeah. I like the way that they did the install because now they have a way that you can actually insert the chip into the card and then life's good. So instead of like mounting it on the socket,
I'm here to shank and smile! It's time to bleed!
Oh.
Blood, 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 blood. I swallowed your soul.
No, we went
moved
to
on to-
Threadripper.
We moved on
went to
to we
Threadripper.
moved on to talking about rocks that are we tricked into thinking with lightning.
I'm here to shank and smile. Grind the cartilage.
With lightning.
Oh my gosh. This is why Adrian got me involved with this. I knew this was going to be shenanigans. I love it.
Meat.
High quality. Yeah.
Stop dying at me.
No, you have to keep it in. You
I
have
do.
to.
My axe is thirsty. Swing the axe. Drink the health. It's time to bleed. Blood, 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 blood.
Mauve rock.
I will murder you to death. Never interrupt me.
Yeah, why not? You just talked about rocks and lightning, and well, rocks do lightning.
Rampage and heal. Heal and rampage. Stop dying at me. This is the truth. Blood, 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 blood. Stop dying at me. Grind the cartilage.
I like how you imply that we have millions of listeners. We only have like maybe 4.
I think I've only listened to about 5 of these podcasts total.
How dare you? Why would you listen to any of them?
I'm here to shank and smile. Blood, 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 blood. Blood, blood,
So-
blood, blood, blood.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Does that make you narcissistic?
I'm here to shank and smile.
I'm gonna go with a definitely on that one.
I'm here to shank
Yeah.
and smile. I swallowed
Rory's a
your soul.
high-functioning sociopath.
I swallowed your soul. Stop dying at me.
You know, like he doesn't run around murdering people yet. He just does sociopathic things.
Never interrupt me. I swallowed your soul. Grind the cartilage. My axe is thirsty. Rampage and heal. Heal and rampage.
Wow.
Never interrupt me! I swallowed your soul! Grind the cartilage! My axe is thirsty! Rampage and heal! Heal and rampage! I will murder you to death! Swing the axe! Drink the health! Stop dying at me!
I just called it the Eldritch God because I got bored.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm roboting pretty hard here, and I'm trying to fix it on my end, but
I think the only person not...
I swallowed your soul!
I think I've got one person not completely roboting, and I don't know how to fix it at this point because I share a shit internet connection with like 7 other people.
Stop dying at me! Never interrupt me!
So grab the router and kick everyone off.
Yeah, I could do that, but I'm fairly certain my dad's doing something that'll require him to swear at me if I do that.
I don't think it's a router at this point because I've like connected to 3 different internet like providers at this, and it's still roboty as shit.
Oh well, as long as your audio's fine.
Oh, my audio will be golden.
Audio will be golden of just disappointment and dismay
Stop dying at me!
listening to the
Oh,
show.
yes. By definition, I could record the input from my computer or the actual output, and you could sync it much
Oh
easier.
god!
It would be fine.
But
Whatever
then
you do
the
is
robot
fine.
comes with.
The robot would come with as a separate audio file.
I don't know. Like I think my episode names are terrible because I just don't care and I just name the show whatever I want to name it, unless you feed me gold. In which case, usually I forget.
Never interrupt me! I swallowed your soul! Grind the cartilage! My axe is thirsty!
Because I don't care and I just throw it away.
Never interrupt me! I swallowed your soul! Grind the cartilage! My axe is thirsty! Swing the axe, drink the health! I swallowed your soul!
Jesus.
What if I say you don't have my approval? Will you be upset?
Stop dying at me!
To be fair, the last episode that I actually used Rory's name for was way too aggressive golf flapping.
I will murder your death!
It was way too aggressive golf.
I swallowed your
tapping.
soul! This is the truth!
I don't know, my
Way too
favorite
aggressive dolphin clapping?
golf.
It's a baptism of blood!
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Meat! It's a baptism of blood! I swallowed your soul! Stop dying at me! Never interrupt me!
There's so much robot.
there's so much.
Much roboting.
Everything's
That
fine.
being said,
I mean, it's
No,
not
we
as
were
good
on a
as looking for
topic.
pone on an easy bake oven, so...
dude, we were on a topic. Jeff sucks at naming podcasts again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not...
I swallowed your soul!
Oh, we need
okay.
to say...
I swallowed your soul!
Or we could
Well,
just switch topics to another
Is it
topic.
movie day? Oh,
Yeah. This is pretty good.
which? Sorry?
Rick and Morty
This
season
is
3.
season 3, episode 2.
I have not seen episode. I haven't seen episode 2 or 3. Please don't spoil too much for me. I already know what happens in 1 because I watched it on YouTube. And we're back.
No. It's okay. Yeah, we're back. Yeah. So I found a...
Meat! Stop dying at me! I swallowed your soul! Grind the cartilage! Grind the cartilage!
You don't want to enter
Oh
again.
wow.
No, you're just scraping that infinite bottom of a barrel now.
Yeah.
It's not even a barrel anymore. That shit's worn
I
out.
swallowed your soul!
It's just a hole with like where it's just on the wall. It just writes "Dump Jacker was here."
I've got a little flag down there.
Yeah. But anyways, I found my perfect car. You know that once the Grand Stang eventually explodes in a great fiery ball, and I send it to Valhalla.
The Stang doesn't
Yeah.
belong in Valhalla. Oh, I'm gonna get hate for that.
You might. I do kind of like Mustangs.
Whatever, bring it.
They're decent cars.
Stop dying at me! Grind
no,
the cartilage! I will murder your death!
Now, Stefan, if you want hate, all you have to do is sit there and just say the patriarchy is a figment of your imagination. Wage kills doesn't
Okay,
exist.
I'm okay with getting hate. I'm not okay with getting shot.
And what you need to do is you need to go to Nate.
Stop dying at me! I swallowed your soul! I will murder your death!
Yeah.
All I ever did was listen to the episode that I got called a dump jacker and laugh. That's about it.
Yeah. That's what most people did.
I swallowed your soul! I swallowed your soul!
So I'm hearing that I have missed out on a lot of fun.
What?
I have missed out on a lot of fun, is what I'm hearing.
I swallowed your soul! Stop dying at me!
It's a way to describe it, I guess.
It's a baptism of blood! Grind the cartilage!
Just
Yep.
doesn't exist, right? Yeah, like 68.5, and then it jumps right to 70.
Grind the cartilage! Grind the cartilage!
No. The problem is we can't count to episode 69. It's physically impossible for Josh and me in order to count to episode 69.
I swallowed your
Exactly.
soul! I will murder your death!
And I can't count above 16.
Oh, however, there is an episode named Episode 69, I think.
As like the actual name.
Yeah, episode 80, 69.5. Yeah.
I'm gonna get hardly dumped on that one, aren't I?
This is the truth. It's a baptism of
We're
blood.
talking about canting. And I said I can't count above 16.
Grind the cartilage.
Oh, boy.
I swallowed your soul. Stop dying at me. And I will murder your death. My axe is thirsty. I'm here to shank and smile. It's time to bleed. Blood, 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 blood. Meat.
And why the hell not can't I do this?
It's a baptism of blood.
Don't worry. The little girl will just kick him right in the crotch as hard as he possibly can, and then just run away.
What is the show? What is the show?
But anyway, I updated my.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that we've done that, let's get back onto a topic.
Never.
Some sort of topic.
Why don't we talk about some movies that are coming up soon?
Grind the cartilage.
Yes, I'm here to talk about the movies I saw the trailers of, and I go, can't wait to see it, and I'm just gonna wait until it comes out on DVD. Because that's what.
No, you gotta be a filthy pirate. Come on.
Grind the cartilage.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you wait for the DVD?
I
What
wait
era
for
of the internet is this?
I wait for to like, oh yeah, I remember that movie exists, and I go like, is there like some sort of disc I could just pick up at Walmart? Yeah, okay, I'll just get that, whatever, because I like to have a collection of shit just behind me. So I'm like, oh, is that over at Walmart? It is. I'll just get it. It's like, what is it? $10? Sure.
My buddy has like the steel box collector's edition of every Marvel movie, but he had to sell it before he moved, and I felt like he had collector's editions of everything. He had the frickin' Series 1 or the Mark 1 Phase 1. There we go. Phase 1 of the Avengers / Marvel Universe, and it comes with the cube in the briefcase with all the movies. And it's just awesome.
Grind the cartilage. I swallowed your soul.
All of Phase 1. No, I mean all of Phase 1. Everything that's considered canon.
Oh, all right.
I swallowed your soul.
Actually, he might. He actually might. Which is frightening.
I mean,
I wish. That'd be freaking hilarious.
You have to complete that SNES sealed collection. I mean, you have to just get all of them sealed. I mean, you just have to. That seems like the logic here.
Stop.
Now that we've talked about movies that should never have been made, why don't we go on to the crap that's new?
like Groundhog Day with murder plot.
Yeah, Happy Death Day. So...
That's pretty much the premise.
It's pretty much the premise is that this chick who goes to college at some university of whatever, she wakes up in bed of someone else's bed in their fucking, like, not a house, but their fucking dorm, and she wakes up and she goes, oh, where in the fuck am I? And the guy's like, oh, hey, yeah, you slept there, and like from a party from last day or whatever. And she's like, oh, fuck, did I fuck you? Oh, whatever, I'm leaving. And she leaves and she goes about her day, and of course she meets all the characters of the movie, and then towards the end of that day after the party, she gets murdered horribly by the same person over and over. So, but the thing is, she like Groundhog Day.
Repeats?
What?
Is it just repeat then, or is it just
It's like Live, Die, Repeat.
It's
or
no,
Groundhog
it's the
Day.
same. It's the same concept as Groundhog Day. Is of like, oh wait, she still remembers what went on, and she's trying to solve her murder before it happens.
Your soul.
So it's like, she's
soul.
freaking the fuck out of like, why?
Or any other movie like that. Yeah, the last three were all the same movie.
And I will murder your death. My axe is thirsty.
I'm sorry. Oh, sorry for the clap. There's going to be a huge spike in my audio there.
Oh yeah, so I'm just watching the trailer here. So yeah, she dies and then
She remembers.
she's got to solve her own. Yeah, she remembers and solves her own murder. Okay, that's neat.
Yeah. So. So she gets. I bet she gets so good towards the end of the movie. She just like runs to one spot, runs to another, finds that knife or gun, and runs to another spot and go. I'm pretty sure it's you. Shoot, and probably wins. Although
She evolves into Taskbot herself.
Dude, there's even a spot
Probably.
in the trailer where she walks out of the dorms completely buck-ass naked because she just doesn't give a shit.
yeah.
I mean, if I was getting murdered constantly in my dreams, yeah, I think I'd stop giving a shit.
It's not a dream. It's like she's just getting murdered and then going back to start one there. Like, yeah. So basically, it's just like an interesting premise of like, oh, I can get behind this. I wouldn't mind watching it, even though it's a horror flick. I think it counts as a horror flick, but I'm like, whatever. I can watch this because it's interesting enough.
It would be interesting if she's the one who's killing herself.
I don't think that's how it works.
Possible.
Because there's definitely someone else.
Yeah.
Because like, how
Maybe
would
it's
she
just the
kill
guy
herself?
She's waking up next to.
Or it could have been that.
It's going to be that. Like,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like, here's the thing. It's like, I don't understand why filmmakers even try anymore. Like, releasing trailers because they just reveal everything. To the point of where, like, I guess this is the plot. Yeah, Like, I think
Yeah.
the only... Go ahead.
No, I was just thinking of something there.
Well,
Go ahead.
Well, like, what I was going to say is, like the new Saw movie, like, I guarantee you, I wouldn't be surprised if all of the characters in the main trap sequence, trial thing, whatever, they all survive.
Are just gonna die?
No, they're all going to survive.
Oh.
Like, they're all just going to beat the traps, and everything's going to be fine.
If they want to put it.
That's how it's going to end up
Saw
working.
up to now?
This is
like
8.
Yeah, I was gonna say 7 or 8.
6 or something like that.
That's
Yeah.
about like 7 too many.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was gonna say if they really want to put it to bed, then just let them all live, I guess.
Yeah.
And
like, that would be...
It'd be really good if this is the last one, and then like half of the traps start failing because it's like, oh man, this thing was made like 8 years ago, and he forgot about it. It's like half of them are faulty.
Let's put it this way. It's not even called Saw.
My axe is thirsty. Swing the axe. Drink the health.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
My axe is thirsty.
Like, it's not even called Saw anymore, or Saw Legacy. It's called Jigsaw.
I will murder your death. Stop dying at me! I swallowed your soul! Grind the
Go ahead,
cartilage!
You're asking him to do 2 things? Come on.
I swallowed your soul!
But it's
It's a
not even called
baptism
Saw
of
anymore. I'm
blood!
just repeating
called
what Andrew
Jigsaw.
said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so...
It's ridiculous.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
It's a baptism of blood!
8?
It was their Saw 5, Saw 6.
I will murder your death. I swallowed your soul! Stop dying at me! I will murder your death. I will murder your death. My axe is thirsty!
I think it has.
He keeps getting paid over and over to do this franchise.
It's like Michael Bay in the Transformers. They just add another 0, and then he goes, oh, well, okay.
It's like freaking. It's like what's his face from Taken. Like he just keep dumping money over and over on front of his feet, and he's like, "How can I say no?"
Okay.
Liam
So there
Neeson-
are 7 movies before Jigsaw.
I will murder your death.
So there's 8 total now.
I swallowed your soul! Stop dying at me!
Pretty
Stop
much.
dying at me!
It looks like the director. Oh, it looks like the director changes on some of them, but it seems to be like the same 3 directors, just on different series.
Just like
Yeah. Oh no, 4. But yeah, like it seems to be that.
Yep. Yep. Exactly.
I don't even think I've actually watched a Saw movie.
Well, Andrew has
There
something
is
to say.
a
but-
ton-
the new Thor Ragnarok.
I call it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
looks
this
like-
one I called it Thor Rock You Like a Hurricane 3.
It's,
No, that works. That works.
Yeah.
I like it.
But, yeah. But here's the thing with Thor Ragnarok. I think it's the first Thor movie which...
It's time
Hammer
to
time?
bleed. It's time to bleed. I'm here to shank and smile. If I harm an innocent person, kill me.
The fucking what's it?
La li lu lay lo. Yes. Welcome to the Black Mind Podcast, episode 110, part 3.
God damn it, Rory. God damn it.
It was my fault this
Fuck it.
time, for once.
Fuck it.
This is this is the first mistake I've ever made in the history
That's
of
a
ever.
lie.
Like, I'm allowed one,
That's
guys.
a lie. And by the way, I just saw the coolest Gundam, so...
All right,
That's
let's
a
talk about
great
that cool
segue,
Gundam.
dude.
Oh,
into anime, but this is the Gundam. By the way, Rory, I think you might like this Gundam.
Okay.
Anime.
I'm down for... I like Gundams that I like.
So,
That's a pretty good Gundam.
anime has happened, and there's a new Gundam Build Fighters. They did Gundam where it's like...
Question, is this like, what is this from?
That's somebody modded that together, so it's Orc Gundam.
Oh, okay, so...
I was gonna say this
okay.
looks like heavy
It
orc
looks-
Gundam.
Yeah.
Like, I was about to say, please tell me this is actually a thing in 40K, or please tell me this is actually a
Not
thing
yet,
in Gundam.
but I kind of want to buy one and build it.
Right? Look,
I'm just going to send that to Rory.
I like Gundams as much as the next guy, but I really like orcs. So just adding orcs to anything kind of makes it better.
I'm hoping that there's a meet this weekend, so that way then I can show people this and ask them what I need to build this, because I want to build this.
Hell yes.
That is rad.
Yeah. Anyways, Gundam Build Fighters, new Gundam Build Fighters came out, and then new trailers for Gundam Build Log. No, not Gundam Build Log. Gundam GM Counterattack, and then there's Gundam Build Log. So I'm happy. I'm very happy. Life is good. They did the.
Oh, okay, so that's just an anime app. Okay,
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah, it's more Gundam Build Fighters, which is the best Gundam series. Possibly.
I haven't even seen this. I might have to take a look at it.
You should watch Iron Blood Orphans.
You should probably all watch Iron Blooded Orphans just for the fact that the finale of it takes place in Edmonton.
And the fact that it also has, like...
And you've got, like, robots shooting each other up on Stony Plain
Yeah.
Road.
What?
It's
Yeah.
so goofy. Actually, that's why I watched
How have I
it.
not heard this?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you have. I'm pretty sure I told you about it.
I don't remember this, but I need to look this up now.
Yeah, that's because you're dumb.
Well, fuck you.
It's not wrong.
Yeah. Gundam Build Fighters is probably my favorite Gundam anime. Out of them all. Which is funny, because all of the Gundams are named after demons.
Sounds good. Why is... God damn it, Josh.
In other news, The Reflected is weird. Okay, it has really good pacing, I think.
The Reflected. Tell me the lowdown.
The Reflected is a Stan Lee anime. Stan Lee made an anime, and he made the.
Is it an anime about Stan
No, it's an
Lee?
anime where Stan Lee in it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Like he's
Well, now, okay,
voice
I just gotta
acting,
type shit
or
now. I gotta type shit into Google so I can understand what the fuck you're talking
No,
about.
there's a Stan.
The Reflected or The Reflection?
The Reflected, I think it's called. Might be called The Reflection. Hold on.
It is definitely called The Reflection.
Okay, I spelt it wrong. But it's a Stan Lee anime, and Stan Lee's in it as a character who does stupid things.
Well, I mean, he should. He should be. Stanley should be in everything.
Stan Lee
Really
should be
should.
in Firefly.
truth be told, they should have him do the Oh, frick, what movie? Transcendence. They should have him do the Transcendence thing and just transfer his consciousness into the internet so he can appear in all the movies.
That would be great.
No, but we already have a celebrity who has to be the internet.
Ooh.
It's David Bowie.
No.
David Bowie is the internet. Have you never played Omicron?
No.
David Bowie is the internet.
David Bowie
Canon.
sensei?
No, David Bowie is the internet. Not a robot played by David Bowie. Not a robot inspired by David Bowie. David Bowie is the internet in Omicron, the Nomad Soul. The first David Cage game.
That's perfect.
That's fantastic.
I'm surprised how he just even convinced David Bowie to do that fucking shit, but at the same time,
He probably...
He uses swarthy French
drugs.
charms.
Yeah.
Just drugs, okay?
yeah. Well, no, but another
Also
thing is
drugs.
like maybe David Bowie was like he looked at video games and go, oh man, you could probably do a lot with video games, and then this other French guy came to him and was like, hey, yeah, we can do this with video game.
I love your David Cage impression.
Yeah, it's very spot on. So it's David Cage. It's like we can do this in video game, and David Bowie's like,
I am David Cage. This is my French accent.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, wow.
So I just wouldn't be
This is just
surprised
getting
with both.
progressively worse.
I wouldn't be
I'm sure somebody finds us offensive.
if we
Only
haven't
the
offended
French Canadians.
everyone, we haven't done our jobs here. Okay.
French Canadians aren't people.
Oh, wow, that escalated real quick. From,
Like, what are they gonna do? They're French. What are they gonna do? Surrender at me?
dude, no, they're going to take away our ability to use the word poutine.
Oh no!
not my poutine.
Shit! That's
My poutine. No.
oh fuck! That's gonna be whatever.
We have to go
I
back.
can't live in a world without poutine. I'm sorry. I take it all back.
In other news, Malware Tech got thrown in prison.
Ooh!
Oh, yeah, I heard about that one. He got picked
Yeah.
up in the States,
Sorry.
didn't he?
Yeah. And
Who got thrown in
guy
prison?
who
hacker.
saved the guy who saved the world from WannaCry.
Oh.
And right now they think he's in FBI custody for a Trojan that he built, or that they think he built.
To be,
And what did it do?
it was just. It doesn't matter what it does. We don't even know if he built it.
Like, they haven't proved it or anything as of yet, as far as what I've heard and what I've read.
Could be that they're just like they're offering him a job, which is what I would hope they were doing.
So
Because-
the next Edward
I mean, that's
Snowden.
entirely possible.
Yeah.
The next Snowden. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
Go ahead.
so he stopped that big ass virus, and then he's getting arrested for allegedly creating another one that steals people's bank info.
Yeah. Apparently.
Well, I bet he stopped the first one and was like, I can make this better and steal money.
At the same
I
time.
can actually profit off this.
Yeah.
I had an opportunity to make money today, but I was like, I chickened out because I was afraid of there to be another prompt for the fucking Walmart cashier to look at my fucking checkout list, and I was like, oh, how did that happen? Oh, weird. I was like, I didn't do it, but basically the lowdown was I went to self-checkout at Walmart. I had a coupon for they had renovations are going on, so they're like, oh, so here's 5% off. And so basically I was at the self-checkout and the thing went off. I was like, well, okay, I have to wait for the dude to come by. So he came by, he scanned the ticket, did the thing, and then when he walked away, it still was on the red screen of, hey, don't leave this fucking monitor, you dipshit.
Oh, the you could get more discount screen.
Yeah, so I could have been like $2,000, please. I could have just stopped all the money in this fucking one screen, but I was too afraid there'd be another prompt for him to come back. So I was like, oh, I could have done this. I could have done this.
Oh wow.
You should have. You should have. And if it didn't work, just fucking run.
I was buying food, so I'm like, oh no.
There are other Walmarts.
But if you get banned from one, you get banned from like all of North America and all of Europe.
No, I am not Josh. I am Jorge. And it's just you with
The
Groucho glasses.
Mexican hooker.
So wait. You got banned from.
It's pronounced
No, you could.
when
That's
you
the
do
thing.
it.
That's the thing. I didn't have any balls to do it, so I was like, oh, I could have gave myself more discounts, but no, because I'm pretty sure there's cameras over my shoulder right now. Because fuck.
Wait. You got banned from Walmart?
No. I could have.
But you got locked onto a
He
screen.
pansied out of getting banned from
Yeah.
Walmart because he could have taken all
I don't
that
think
money.
you would have gotten banned. I think you would have gotten charged for being an idiot
And then banned.
and then banned.
And also made fun of.
No,
I mean,
well,
it's a
that
lot.
would be-
It's a lot
Well,
better
to be
than.
fair, I could point the finger towards the dude who left the fucking computer still at the red screen and go,
I don't
"That
know what I
fucker."
just did. All I did was I pressed a button and it gave me like $6,000 in cash.
Yeah, play dumb.
Oh yeah,
shit.
exactly. Play the dumbest as possible. I was like, I don't know.
I push shiny buttons.
Sir, you're wearing a Pokemon hat and a T-shirt that clearly says "Home Sweet Home" with 192.0.0.0. I'm pretty sure you know what you're talking about. No, I just got the shirt from.
So not only could you not
you
play
could,
dumb, if
you
you had
definitely could have
tried,
gotten away with it.
that guy would have just been, "You're a fucking idiot," and I know that that's a joke about your home IP address. Like, wow, this is just madness.
Okay, so I want to point out, you mentioned the Pokemon hat there very specifically, and I want to point out, like, a grown-ass man wearing a Pokemon hat is not the sign of, like, oh man, this guy totally knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. The shirt would probably tip someone off.
You should have gone with playing dumb if you got, do it, and if you get caught, play dumb.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
The thing is,
Like, I'm wearing a Pikachu hat. Do you think I know what I'm doing?
well, the thing is that the Pokemon hat is the fucking Charizard or Mega formed, so it's just this blue black dragon hat.
It makes it worse.
I'm in my mid-20s and wearing a Charizard hat. Clearly, I'm in control of my life.
Okay, Jorge. Wait, no, I need you to do it with more of an accent.
Okay, Jorge.
Jorge.
Oh my God, can we not do these accents?
No, we have, so
No,
it's
it's
a lot
necessary. It has to be done at least 5 times.
It's a lot
That was
better
only
than,
twice.
Yeah, it's a lot better than when I got kicked out of Costco.
Holy shit.
You got kicked out of Costco.
I got kicked out of Costco.
How are we
Oh.
kicked out of Costco?
I went to the cash register and the register was like, "This is your dad's Costco card." I'm like, "Yeah, there's no problem with that." And then she kicked me out. I was just like, "Okay."
Yeah, you
I'm
didn't know
going
it
to
has
leave.
to be like matching name and everything like that.
To be
A topic at
To
some
be
point.
fair.
We did.
Want to talk about the homosexual game I played?
Yeah,
We're just gonna segue to a
Oh
game.
God, you actually played that game with the really detailed pixel
Yes,
dicks?
I did, because I was so curious of what's in this game.
I played the game about dicks because I was curious.
Because I'm like, who
Thanks,
spends their
Josh.
time with so much dicks in this game to be like, I need to make this.
You, apparently.
Exactly. And
Well,
also, I
no.
looked at-
Let's talk about Thor Ragnarok and then let's talk about this. Thor Ragnarok is great.
Okay, fine.
Oh my God, you've just teased all the listeners. They really wanted to hear about the pixel.
Like, even I wanted to hear about the
can't
pixel
double
dicks.
segue.
Come on.
Like you can't just segue to something when we're talking about dicks. Jeff, you know how this podcast works. Dicks take priority. Go ahead, Josh. Talk about your dicks.
Talk about the animated pixel dicks, man. Just go
Okay,
for it.
so I have links in the doc. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So I'll put a
I don't
link.
want to click on
Oh
these.
God, do I want to see that?
No.
Just so we can have some context of like what this game is. So it's a top-down isometric RPG, kind of similar to Final Fantasy Tactics. And that's pretty much where it ends. Of like it's isometric, but it is still a turn-based strategy game. And so I guess we should start from the beginning of like why I was curious about this stupid thing, because I was recommended this through Steam and Steam's algorithms, and they're like, oh, since you played other strategy games, here's this other strategy game, and it's indie and blah blah blah. And I was like, oh, okay, so let's click on it, because from the splash image, you're like, what the fuck is this? So you click on it, and you're like, oh, okay, it looks like a an RPG or whatever, like someone made, and then you click on the first image that looks like, oh, you can make your own character in this game. Okay, let's click on that. And you're like, oh, cool, there's a lot of options going on. Why does this guy have a dong? Why does he have a dong? It's just clearly right there. And then you go through progressively through the images, and you're like, okay, so yeah, it's the RPG. And then you realize the monsters have dongs. And you're like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why do they all have dongs? And then I went down the slippery slope of who is the developer? It's the developer name. It's called Fat Fingers. Okay, so I went to look up this developer, and I was like, okay, who made this? Oh, Fat Fingers. Okay, that's weird. Let me click on. Oh, so this guy's really into bear porn shit here, like just big burly dudes, and just big, strong burly dudes. I'm like, oh, that's okay. So I'm like, this game, it was on sale, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll buy it. I'll dig in deep, see what this game's about. So the game starts, and I went through the options, and I was like, oh, okay, so nothing's too weird. And I realized there was an option in Pastor Bonds for clothing option. Let me put it up for a quick second, because the clothing option is kind of hilarious. The clothing option, it goes from like, hold on, fuck. Come on, load. Okay, there it is. So we go to options, and then you look through the options. You go, okay, there's audio alerts. There's your inventory of how it works. And you're like, okay, that's typical. And then there's title image, and there's like, this setting does not affect the in-game content, but it goes from hair shirt to devil. And you're like, what the fuck does that mean? So you click to devil, and then the fucking menu screen changed from people wearing clothes to like barely nothing at all. You can see some hint of dicks and hint of vag, but that's about it.
Okay.
Some side jank.
Some side jank. There's some visible boob on the screen here.
Quick comment. The second image past the video on the Steam page, if you zoom in, there is like, what is it, the fourth row down, and the first image clearly is highlighting either the tip of his dong or his pelvic region for you to make larger.
Yeah,
Wait.
kind of.
I mean, like we just add this to the long list of amazing games that have dong sliders in it.
I don't think it has a dong slider. I don't think it actually has a dong slider, but you can choose what it is.
Well, then.
No, I think you're missing the worst part here. Look at the side. User reviews, mostly positive. Overall, very positive.
Very positive.
So is this a game that like, if this game had like little girls in it that were lolies, they would be perfect for Stefan.
Then Stefan would definitely like it. But
I would have already had this game.
Yeah. So basically, I was like,
it's got like big hairy dudes, so I guess that's kind of like furries. So maybe Alan's down.
okay, so the big gimmick, but the thing is though, the more you play this game, the more you start realizing, oh, this guy has a certain fetish, and he goes hard into that fetish, because you can you go to make your own character, and you go, oh, there's a lot of options you can choose from. You could be a man, cool, and it has like 5 different options of poses and different body types. And I was like, okay, woman, same thing. You go to orc, there's 11 different options of different body positions and different body types.
So Josh,
why can't I hold all these hot ladies?
There's so many orcs, and there's so weird.
So Josh, here's the question.
I kind of feel like I need to play this game just so I can build an army of big gay orcs.
To be fair, when you make a character, you go through
Truly the most terrifying force on the battlefield.
Just a gay orc. Like,
so
a blue balls.
Why am I reminded of the Pillarman theme for that?
yeah. So basically, you're going through these options of like, oh man, you can make your own character. That's cool. And you start realizing, oh, there's a story element to the game because it's an RPG. So once you're done making your character, you have to give him a kind of a backstory. So it's like, oh, your character was ditched on this island, like Australia, for like for imprisonment and stuff like that. So why was he there? What was he there for? And you can pick anything from like murder to lewdness. So it's like, of course he's lewd. Of course he's lewd.
Every member of my big gay orc army was there for
Exactly.
lewdness.
So it was like, okay, my character was there for lewdness because he doesn't wear fucking pants. He says no to pants. Fuck you, pants. I wear a shirt. I wear knee pads. I wear sandals, but no pants. Fuck that.
Josh, I don't.
Big gay pantsless orcs.
Assless and crotchless. Oh fuck! What are they called? Chaps.
Yeah, you can choose that too. You can choose chaps.
Josh,
that guy
it's not as
dove
bad
hard
as
into
our
the
game,
fetish.
though. It's not as bad as
so-
our game.
No, to be fair, there.
Wait, how many big gay orcs does your game have?
I am trying to.
0, but I think we need to add a big gay orc enemy.
At least 11 variants of big gay orc.
Yeah.
As enemies.
Yeah. So
It needs to. I feel like that can just be shortened to BGO.
BGO, Big Gay Orc.
BGO. Yeah.
Rory, now my campaign's got to have a Big Gay Orcs in it just for fun.
Why do you stop putting? Oh god damn
You're
it,
fighting those
Stefan.
now.
I mean, it's fine. As long as there's no lollies, it'll be fine.
and then there's lollies who are controlling the big gay orcs.
Yeah, but if they're in the game, I can kill them. Put your waifus in front of me, and I will slaughter them.
That's fair.
I give no shits.
And on that day, not one fuck was given.
So,
To be fair, that
all
sums
right.
up our podcast in like a nutshell.
Yep.
Is that a podcast? Are we done? Or do we want to talk about Thor Ragnarok?
You know, that's a
wasn't-
teaser
dude,
for the
I
next
wasn't-
episode now.
I wasn't even done with like talking about the freaking like the strategy of the game of like, oh, there's
Yeah, okay. Please, actually tell us a bit about the gameplay besides the fact that there are big
yeah,
gay
exactly.
orcs.
So
11
the game.
different orc variants to make big gay orcs out of.
So
Yeah,
many big
so-
gay orcs.
It's the most in-depth big gay orc creator I've ever seen.
So basically, the strategy of this game is like you're ditched on this island and you're trying to go from point A to point B, hoping to God that there's a fucking boat so you get the fuck out of this island and go to freaking a haven, go to like a haven for like both orcs and humans. So it's like, okay, so we try to get the hell off this island, and you're going from venturing around on this map, and then eventually you get into random chance battles. And then through those battles, you're going through these chess pieces of maps, and you have a option to either attack fast or just let your turn move over. So you have less of a risk of your attack fucking up. So it's kind of like, you know, the more you attack, the more you have a chance of it just fucking up and blowing up in your face. So, and
So it's a risk reward system.
yeah.
Okay.
So for me playing this game for almost 12 hours, it kind of boils down to like, oh, what sort of stats does this character have? What kind of radius can I kill these people with? And then it even boils down further to be like, okay, does Mr. No Pants can he do anything good? No. Well, you're gonna be shoved all the way to the far back of my party and never to be thought of again. Does he have decent stats to make it better? You can have a stronghold, and that helps give you more items and more people and more dudes to freaking have at your disposal and freaking keep going in your adventure of trying to get to this fucking boat.
On this note, I have a question about this. So you have more guys at your fucking disposal, or just at your disposal to be used?
At your disposal to be used, so you can be like, go and fucking kill people.
Fucking kill people.
I'm sorry, I should use. There is no.
Like you need,
I should.
normally it'd be fine, but you
Yeah,
do need to
with
specify
this
at this
game.
point. I feel.
Yeah.
With this
So
game, you
basically,
have to.
there is no sex in this game, but there is a lot of newness involved. With which I look at this going like, every time I play like an RPG of like that's from any fantasy game, I kind of feel like half those monsters would have their junk flying at your face. Because like, yeah, that would totally happen. Because why would they not wear pants or anything like that?
Yeah.
Why would they cover their shame? They wouldn't care.
This game just gives it to you.
Yeah, this game kind of just does that. But it's in a weird sexual way, just a little bit.
So-
and
Just a,
So
yeah,
it's just enough to
Just
be
a little bit.
creepy.
So
it's
here's
just
a
enough to be
question.
creepy.
Just the tip.
Yeah.
You don't get to judge
So
stuff.
here's a question:
I'm not judging. I think it's hilarious.
Is this game
Yeah.
like Honeycam's Studio?
No, because you can actually do things
No,
in
it's
it.
an actual
yeah,
strategy
actual
game.
strategy game. Because you'd be like, okay, this guy's really good at magic powers, so I'm gonna buff his magic power stat really hard. And then as you're adventuring through the maps, you'd be like, oh, there's this chest. This guy's really strong. Can either bash it open or get this tinkerer guy to come at it, and he can like solve the lock puzzle on this damn thing. And then he can be like, oh, here's this really good loot thing because I solved the lock puzzle. It's like sweet. But
So here's another question: is this the
Yeah.
Vanquish of strategy games? Just so fucking crazy that you have to like look at it.
Oh shit! Is that a motherfucking segue?
That was
almost.
unnecessary. That sound was unnecessary.
Holy shit! I think that was a motherfucking segue.
I'll
This
just
is where
leave
you
it.
cut his audio down to like
Yeah.
half decibel
Yeah.
level in the recording.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You can't
was
even
gonna
beat
s-
Herbert. That's,
E.G.
no.
Rory, stop.
We'll go to the other topic.
You want a popsicle?
Oh my god.
I was gonna say we can go to the other topic, but there's one gameplay mechanic in this game that I was like, oh,
Is it
this is
sex?
kind of
Is
neat.
it sex? Is it smoking weed?
No,
Is it sex?
no. Is that you can kill almost
it anal
all monsters
foreplay?
you run across, almost all monsters and like minion people you run across, you can kill them down to like 1 HP, and then you can wait around a couple of turns, and then you'd be like, oh no, I don't want to, I give up, I don't want to die or anything. So you can make them force them to go to your party, which I was like, oh, that's cool. So you can just have more and more people.
Okay, so you can
Yeah,
recruit.
you can
them.
recruit people.
Yeah, a lot of
Josh-
games do stuff
yeah.
like that.
Josh, you're
Or a lot
making me
of
want to
strategy
show
games like
this
that do
game
that.
to my new assistant manager. He's a homosexual.
Oh no.
I mean,
that
go
just
right
sounds like
ahead.
forced penetration.
And you're like, hey,
I mean-
hey, do you like orcs?
I would say
Do you like big burly men?
this game.
Do you like big?
Do you like big orcs with some hair on them, maybe?
Do you like big gay?
Oh. What the hell did I get myself
It's not a
into?
game for you.
I found a game for you.
Here's the thing, though. Switching topics to Vanquish, which is
Sure.
Sure.
it
A
is
little
one
bit
of
less
the greatest.
dick involved.
Does Vanquish have dicks?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, metaphorically,
I mean,
sure.
metaphorically, you're shooting bullets, which are shaped like penises, which penetrate objects.
Okay,
And they
okay. This
penetrate the
podcast is
targets.
getting a little too Freud for me at this point.
We've hit pinnacle dickness.
Yep.
What, you don't like having
Please never-
bullets penetrate their
Okay,
targets?
well, I mean, now we found the podcast title, Pinnacle Dickness.
I like it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Somebody write that down. Write that down.
No, it's got to be we've hit Pinnacle Dickness.
It's got to be a bullet. The episode name was just a picture of a bullet.
Yeah, like one of the bullet people from Enter the Gungeon. That'll be the
but
picture.
basically, Vanquish is. So recently, I figured. Yeah, it's
Fantastic.
great. It's awesome. I recently figured out that you can slide and slow down time,
Ooh, really?
and the pistol in that game is like the Halo 1 pistol. It's way too powerful for what it is.
Well, that's just sort of a thing that you have in like, because that's a platinum game. Like every yes, Alan,
go away, Alan.
Bye, Alan.
You just have to join in and ruin everything,
that's
doesn't
just
it?
because it's a platinum game, so like everything you do in it is going to feel good and make you feel like a huge badass.
It does.
It's just sort of their game design.
It's one of those.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
What?
Oh, did Rory just die?
Rory!
Anyway, the game does make it feel like a huge badass because you're literally going from cover
You
to
just
cover.
mow down everyone, and it's funny because people were like,
I haven't actually played this game, but I'm checking out a gameplay trailer, and this looks. I have to play this
yeah,
now.
imagine if somebody took Gears of War.
It's a lot like Warframe, Stefan.
Oh, okay.
Imagine if somebody took.
Yeah, it looks a lot
it's sort
like
of a
Warframe.
precursor.
Is it a free to play?
No.
No, Vanquish is it's an old action game by Platinum. If you've ever played Metal Gear Rising or Vengeance, the main character you're basically playing Jetstream Sam in space, fighting space Russians in
That's
this
just
game.
the greatest.
Oh my
It
god!
came out before Metal Gear Rising, but it's still pretty goddamn good.
That game is brutal because like the opening cutscene like has a bunch of people
Yeah.
just getting murdered by like a
Yeah,
This game was
microwave.
awesome.
Space Russians
Yeah.
are scary, dude.
And like it just exudes style, which I think is like interesting because I've never really played a platinum game.
Again, that's the Platinum touch.
Exude style.
Exudes.
Hell yeah.
Okay, since we've talked since you just talked about space Russians, have you guys watched Iron Sky?
Oh my god. Well, first of all, those aren't
I know
Russians,
they're
those
Nazis.
are Germans.
I know they're
yes.
Nazis on the moon, but
Save that for
okay.
another
Damn.
podcast, because if we're talking about Iron Sky, we should definitely have Alan in
Okay.
here. He fucking loves that movie.
Okay.
I think I tried to watch it and then I just
it
couldn't
is
get
so
through it.
I
cringeworthy
watched
that
it.
it's worth it.
So dumb, and I love it.
Is this an anime?
No,
No,
it's live
a movie
action with
about
Terry
Nazi-
Crews.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's fucking epic. It's one of those movies.
It's worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
It's
Just
Nazis
to
on the
cringe.
moon.
It's
Yeah.
it's like watching like just a pig like roll around in its own filth and having a great time doing so. That's the metaphor I'd use for this movie. It's rolling around
I'm
in
sorry,
its own
I brought
filth
up a
and it
topic
loves
that I
it.
was thinking of while we were talking about that. I'm like, oh.
I should probably finish this.
Is that a podcast?
I
We've
think
been
that's a podcast.
talking about like bullshit for a while. It's going to be the most hackneyed, chopped together podcast we've ever
Well,
done.
the best podcast we ever done.
I think it was last
Perfect.
week, so
Also, we've hit pinnacle dickness in the topic list as the title at the top.
thank you.
Thank you for doing that.
Pinnacle
Oh
dickness.
shit! No, before we go, I actually have to plug.
Wayward Quest.
The last time I mentioned that we had started a Pathfinder podcast called Wayward Quest, and I didn't know where to send people. Now we've actually started that. There's the first 2 episodes are up. We're still ironing out a lot of the kinks. I've sent a bunch of feedback of my own and from various other people to my GM. But I'd like to. We've got the link in the topic list here. If you could put that on the podcast in the podcast, the show notes for the podcast, Jeff, that'd be appreciated. And if anyone's interested in Pathfinder or D&D or wants to listen to a podcast about that sort of stuff, please go there. Please give us feedback.
have you gotten to the point?
We'd like to know what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong.
Here's a question: what type of mics are you using?
Okay, well, there's a bit of a the mic quality for the first couple of episodes is a bit low. We're using a Yeti mic on like podcast mode because that's what we've sort of got.
Cardioid or Cardioid mode, I think it is. Yeah, if you Cardioid.
Possibly.
Cardioid. Oh, okay. Hold on.
We want to get a better recording setup, but like that costs money. So for right now, it's just the podcast. We've just got a Yeti mic.
Yeah, make do with what we got, basically.
If you guys want, I have a Tascam that you guys can borrow for an episode or two.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Or eventually, I want to be able to. Eventually, this is taking some wraps off of the show in the future, and if Jeff ever gets another job, and moves out of his house, I want to be able to build a studio and have a bunch of mic gear and stuff like that, so that way then we can record the show in person.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Oh hell yes,
yeah.
that'd be
So
awesome.
Let's put it this way, I almost have all the equipment to do that as it sits.
do you want to join Black Mind Games?
fantastic.
You can join Black Mind Games and get 0% discount. You have no work you have to do. I mean, let's be honest, Alan does nothing
No
else.
standards.
I
Wait,
almost have all of
we
it.
require nothing and we have no standards. It's impossible to get fired. Wait, am I part of
No.
Black Mind?
No.
I think I am.
Everyone,
not.
everyone is a
You're
part
an
of and
extra.
not a part of.
You're not a staffer. A staffer is the role.
You got delegated to an extra row. How do you feel?
Well, I'm a podcaster host, so that makes me kind of important.
You know they
Very
could
important.
remove
I ruin
that
this show every so
Privilege,
often.
can't they?
Well, I can I can remove it right now. There we go.
Well, yeah, but like, no, my power. How can I go insane with power? Oh, there it goes. I'm back. All right.
Yeah.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Are we
Okay.
finished?
Let me say the ending rolls. Thank you all for listening to the Black Mind podcast. You can listen to us every Thursday on podbean.com
God fucking damn.
and listen to Wayward Quest also on podbean.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes, and you can also talk to us and stuff like that on Twitter and stuff like that. I'm Rocky Eagle and 7. And
Oh yeah. We will have
Twitter.
we will have a iTunes version of Wayward Quest eventually, but it still has to get
Yeah.
approved.
yeah. They approve anyone. So yeah. Thank you everyone for joining me this week. Josh.
Yep, no problem.
Andrew.
Gonna play more gay orcs here.
I'm here to ruin this podcast anytime
Rory.
you need me to.
Dumpjacker Stefan.
I feel like I was fun times here.
He's gonna come back and then it's just gonna be like worse. It's gonna be
I can bring more dump jack shit.
It's gonna be like episode 69 all over again.
No, never again. All right, we ended the podcast. That's the
Yeah,
podcast.
I'm gonna go play PUBG.
All right.
I'm gonna
I will export this
PUBG.
and go to bed.